like anyhow, you're sick in it, but be easy, bro.
Havertz is pissing me anyway, you guys know how I'm at with me, but he's pissing me off.
So someone who's still learning, he's competing with the best managers in the Prem, going toe-to-toe with them, you're saying he's on borrowed time.
This season, that I'm on Podcast Pundits online, we must win trophies.
They scored in the first 2 minutes. I was like, oh wow, and then I get lobbed again.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're listening. Welcome to another episode of Podcast Pundits. I'm Dre, man, as you already know, an avid Man United fan, and I'll be your host for today. Just to let everybody know that they can find us on Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, YouTube, Instagram, X, TikTok. So podcast.pundits and podcastpundits_. Anyway, we've had a cracking few games over the weekend. So only write that before we go into it. Just go through the panel quickly to my left.
Yo, Della Strada, man of many club faces. How y'all doing, man?
You good? How was Carnival?
It was good. It's good. It's a different vibe to go with your wife. It feels weird saying that online, but yeah, different experience. I felt a bit more mature.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit more
growing up
organised.
in the world.
Yeah.
You say grown and sexy.
Always. But yeah, no, I won't say it online.
Fair enough. And moving to Della Strada's left.
Yeah, man, it's your boy Strives or Striver, however you want to refer to me. Arsenal fan. Yeah, man, not looking too forward to this one. I'll be honest. Hey, just before we move on, yes, why do you say Spotify like Spotify?
I can say how you want, man.
Yeah, no, I was just
Spotify.
Just asking, bro, man, why you gotta be so aggressive?
Fair enough. But they can find us on all platforms. That's the main thing anyway. We're everywhere now. And we're on season 2.
Come on, Podcast Pundits to the world.
And moving on from Strava.
Yes, it's your boy Joey Nomadic. Unlike the last guy who spoke, I'm in. Oh my God, I'm here. I'm here. I've arrived, boy. I've arrived. Yeah, man. Liverpool supporter. You got a lot to talk about today, boys. I know no one else wants to hear it, man, but
no, we do. We definitely. Everyone wants to hear it. We want to hear the analysis, see how the game.
Spotlight game, bro. Spotlight game.
I was out. A few of us were out yesterday, and all the Liverpool fans were in such high esteem. Bro. It actually made me sick. And even in the groups that I was in as well, like, bro, this morning I woke up to, hey, good morning. I was like, bro, well, I get it. That's how I felt after the Aston Villa game last season.
Perky, their mood's perky, bro. After that kind of performance, you need to be. And last but not least,
I should also be perky as well, but I'm not. Marley Marl here, Man United supporter. The team are grinding out results, and we love it.
That's what we got to do. And which team's that?
That's Manchester United, my friend.
Yeah.
Not okay. Brighton. Brighton lost last week. So.
You moved on from them. All right.
You need to start showing Pedro some respect, man.
Yeah, he's killing my fantasy team, bro. I didn't want to have minus points, so I didn't take him out.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, man. Fantasy's another thing, man.
All right, moving into the first game. Newcastle 1, Liverpool 2. Nunez, late strike, complete stunning comeback after Virgil van Dijk red card. Joey, if I start with you, because obviously it's the game of the weekend, is because obviously we talked about it in previous episodes, but is this the game that Klopp got it right tactically?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Even though you won.
No, come on, we won, but it took a load of troubleshooting. So when we went into the game, I don't think we got it right tactically. But even his first substitution, I don't think it was the greatest tactically, but he bided his time, and I think he has always seen Nunez as a wild card or a bit of a renegade that can come on and do something, and he used it at the right time, and it paid off.
What was it? 15 minutes to go? Was it?
Something like that. Yeah.
But do we have to praise Klopp in that the way that obviously going a man down at St. James's Park, you guys still went for it?
No, of course.
It was there for the taking, right?
The thing is, though, is how much do you push into Klopp and how much do you push into the mentality of the players and their passion and
the two mistakes from Newcastle.
I don't think there were two mistakes in my opinion. I think it was great football by Liverpool, but I think how much do we give to the players as well, because they were in an impossible position. It's not necessary. Sometimes it's out of the manager's hand, and he has to rely on the steel of the players, and that's why I have to kind of give it to them. And this is one of those kind of bouncing balls where it can break your season, because you got a red card, lost to Newcastle, who are coming up on the ascendancy while you're going past them in the opposite direction. And if we lost that game, that could have had a massive knock on to our season, especially after losing Hendo, losing Fabinho, getting Endo in, but then a bit more confusion and mystery around whether we're going to actually get the players we need by the deadline day. And then the flip side of that was, if we beat this team with 10 men, boy, who the fuck is Man City? Who the fuck is Arsenal? Them man can't chat to us. Like that's one of them things where, because we've beaten Man City before, we know how to beat them, and we know how to win the league. So if you have this year to just give you that impetus and that vibe, it could be something, man. So I'm not going to say it is, because obviously we stunk last season. Let's have it right. But
you know, when you said that you're going in opposite directions, do you believe that, or are you saying
no?
That would have been the case had you lost?
No, I don't think that would have been. It could have been the case. Both of them are goods, and I'm not going to say we're going to win the league in it, but
no. I'm talking about just you. When I think you made a comment that Newcastle's on the ascendancy, and you're on the descendancy, so to speak.
Because if we take in some factors, like Klopp usually does 4 years. He's gone past that now to say, I'm going to be here for a long time.
Yeah.
So he's done something different that he usually doesn't do. Yeah. Loads of people are saying that maybe his time's up. Has he really got it anymore? So if that's a factor, maybe we're trending downwards. We look at our results last season, trending downwards based off of that, and Newcastle finished above us. They literally did ascend past us. So I wouldn't be angry at you if that was the opinion you held as a non-Liverpool fan.
Do you have that opinion though?
No, I still think, because I said Newcastle are going to struggle this season because of Champions League.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to see it. So
started yet and they're struggling.
Yeah. So and then we gave them that chance.
Would you say they're struggling right now, Newcastle?
No, I'm not saying they're struggling. I'm saying I think they're going to struggle this season because of Champions League. So I think yesterday was a stark reminder that, like, Eddie Howe, you're sick in it, but be easy, bro.
That was disappointing. They should not have lost that game.
Yeah.
There's no way.
This ain't Newcastle's time. This is Liverpool's time, bro.
But it's both of you, isn't it? We've got a former Newcastle supporter in it.
I need to hear all the accolades about Liverpool before you start talking about Newcastle. We can get to that, bro.
It's funny because we didn't hear Della announce himself as a man of many club faces this time. I was wondering why. Is there anything to that?
Well, I don't say every week, but I know listeners will either know they don't know. But yeah, to the new listeners, it's Newcastle, Man City, and Arsenal. I think.
Wait, Man City ahead of Arsenal? What?
No order.
Oh yeah, you gotta state that.
No order whatsoever.
So sorry, but is Man City better than Arsenal for you? Are they your team? No, your team. Who you support more?
He just said there's no order, bro.
No, I'm asking.
Who do I support more?
He announced it.
No, we know that it's mainly Arsenal, isn't it? He's told us it's Arsenal.
Yeah, man.
Like Man City because of Pep.
No, Jerry doesn't listen to the podcast.
Yeah, that's how you know. He doesn't listen back.
You think I'd listen to my own voice?
But let's go back to that game. And obviously the Van Dijk red card, 28th minute. Joey, was that a red card? I don't know. People are talking about it a lot.
Okay, so I thought it was a red card because he definitely fouled him. And I think Jamie Carragher was saying, well, it hasn't led to a goal scoring opportunity yet. He can't decide.
Yeah,
but for me, that doesn't matter, bro. The whole point is that whether it leads to a goal scoring chance or not, you've taken away the opportunity by doing something illegal. So, I thought that was a red card. But then I actually read something saying that if a foul outside of the box leading to if it's not a purposeful foul outside of the box and you actually attempt to get the ball, it's no longer a red card.
Right.
I heard that's only applies if it's in the box. So if the rules have changed, then this could be another time we've been fucked over by VAR this season. Because they're basically starting on the start of the season, it's like the double jeopardy thing has been refined in it. So let's say you actually try to win the ball, not like a cynical foul or anything, and then you foul the player, but the person's not in the box, it's no longer a red card.
What if he fell in the box? I think he fell in the box.
No, that's not a red card. The fact it's the contact, in it, where it's mad. Yeah, but it wasn't a penalty, in it. So,
but how does that differ?
But he actually tried to get the ball in that though.
Exactly. So,
That's
I
what
think
he said.
based
He went
on
through the legs though to get to the ball.
I know, but he tried to get the ball though. But it wasn't a cynical foul where he's just trying to prevent the opportunity. He's trying to win the ball.
Yeah,
I think that's what the new rule is.
Yeah, I think
they're just making it stupid, man.
Yeah. So they've added a bit more. I don't think they've added clarity. It's a bit more cloudy now. So before it used to be straight red card. I was okay with that. Yeah, being a red card.
That's what obviously that referee is going by the former rule then.
So it's not clued up exactly.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, because based on what you're saying, if that's the case, then
But how do you know those are the new rules? Can you confirm?
I can't.
Like you said, we don't know yet.
No, I haven't got my phone on me in it, so I can't show you the source. But what I will say, it was definitely given to me by a Liverpool fan. Honestly speaking, but,
that might be null and void.
It may could be. But if that is the rule, then I don't think it's a red card because clearly that wasn't the situation. But I was okay with the red
So
card.
if we quickly compare that to the Alexander-Arnold, where they're saying that he deserved the red, do you think
that was stupid? I think like this, they're going to quickly see. You know, every time they introduce a new rule, and then after a while it gets tired and boring, and then they forget about it. A couple of seasons ago, it was a jostling in the box that was giving red cards. Now it's just the dissent thing. They're going to see it's just going to ruin the game because, first of all, that was a foul on Trent. Yeah. The guy just pushed him off the pitch, and then obviously you showed dissent, cool, but we have to show some understanding as a footballer. You're going to be frustrated, bro. Maybe don't throw the ball away, but I heard if you even hit the pitch, bro.
They're taking the emotions out from football completely.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro, they're trying to make it robotic, innit?
It doesn't make sense.
It's not sustainable. The only thing I will say is, as much as I agree that he shouldn't be sent off for that, but if Tomiyasu is going to be sent off for what happened at Crystal Palace,
but as we said, that Tomiyasu one was dumb as well, bro.
It was dumb.
And he didn't even touch him.
Yeah,
he didn't even touch him, bro. So
it was dumb, but it's just if that's the bar that's being set, then obviously
you know what they should do.
But I agree that neither should have.
They should start reviewing yellow cards, bro. If that's the case,
I agree.
If you're doing dumb shit, and making mistakes, but we just have to move on.
Yeah, that's mad.
Is this a FIFA rule change or is it English FA?
No, I think it's English FA, bro, because I've not seen this anywhere else, bro.
It seems.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And on top of that, I think the people that make the rules, they either don't play football, they don't understand football. Because even when you kick the ball away, you're not doing it to waste time. Sometimes you may be out of position. When you come to the Arsenal game, I think Arsenal almost lost the game last minute because Vieira had the ball. They could have got off. Arsenal should have got off. No, could have got a foul, and Fulham took a quick free kick, and Traore almost scored. So if I got a foul, if Vieira got a foul, and he just kicked the ball away, it wasn't to waste time. It's just so I can get in position, so the team don't counter on me. And I think with all these rules, the way they're changing it, they're taking the heart completely away from football. Emotions away from
say that
football.
again. If I foul you and then I kick the ball away.
No. Say you fouled me.
Yeah.
No. I thought you fouled me, but you may have got the ball, or the ref's giving a free kick or something like that. No, the ref's giving a free kick against me. So rather than me just standing out the way, so you can just take your quick free kick, I'll either kick the ball away so I can get back into position. So you don't take a quick free kick.
Yeah.
But if I do that, I'm going to get booked because they'll say I'm wasting time.
Yeah.
But in reality, I'm not wasting time. I just need to get in position. Otherwise...
No, you are wasting time.
No, but
that's cheating, bro.
No, it's not a form of... I'm not wasting time. I'm just trying to get myself in position because if I don't, you're going to take a quick free kick. Or if I stand in front of it, I'll get booked.
Yeah, but they want the game to be faster.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. But
they don't want people doing that because technically it is like you fouled me out of position, and now you need to get back into position. Why should I give you the opportunity?
I know, but that's what I'm saying. But those, I think those are things that's what people need to look at. Even in the Fulham game again, Silva said when their centre back got booked, he said he wasn't wasting time. He was waiting for people to get into position. So right now, the way they want the games to be moving so fast, they're forgetting that people have tactics. I can't just be shown for the ball straight away. I need time to show for it. Otherwise,
they think it makes a better.
It doesn't.
It makes a better viewing opportunity
not at all.
if you don't have the advantage of getting back. That's what their opinion of the game is.
It's like they're treating the game like basketball.
Exactly.
Fast breaks and stuff like that.
Because technically, I think football's better when it's a game of chess. Like, I'm not for the fast back and forth.
frantic. I do.
No, because Bundesliga is like
change.
crack, bro, man. When you watch that, though, man.
What I will say though, you can like, eventually naturalize to that. If you know now that the game is getting quicker than that, then maybe it's not for that player to
be in that position
that straight away. It's like, okay, cool, we've got to cover him. He's out of position because he's there. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it might just give you another facet of the game to think about.
Yeah,
but even so, that's the last one. But even that. So when Tomiyasu got the booking, what Arteta was saying is that you're not even wasting time to take a throw in. If you go and take a short throw in, the opposing right back probably needs to come in a bit.
Yeah.
So if you now decide to go long, if you now throw it long and you miss the ball, your team can count on you. So there's a lot of strategizing that goes into it. It's not a thing of like, oh, let's just take the ball and throw it to nobody.
Do you know what it is though? This is how the Premier League want their product to look. So they're just putting in these rules to make it like that. So if you remember before Premier League came, like English football was ugly, bro. I only used to watch Serie A back in those days, innit? And then Premier League has become the best product.
Revolution.
So this is how they revolutionize and change their game to make it a product better than. Otherwise, you'll just go and watch the French league or you'll watch the thingy. So it's about the views, man.
No, I get what you mean,
Definitely.
but then sometimes some tweaks might be exactly. Some maybe unnecessary, and some just don't work. And you just hope that they have the bravery to go back on their word and be like,
they are changed. They're refining the rules pretty quickly after, say, for instance, they change something and it's not working. They are changing.
But that's dangerous because at the same time you got teams who are being penalised for it, and then teams who are going to get the advantage of it. Let's say in the case of Arsenal, Tomiyasu, he got sent off. Trent and Liverpool, he shouldn't have got sent off, but he should have got sent off based on if we're being consistent.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, okay.
That's even like the McAllister one as well, because McAllister obviously he got
rescinded. Oh, they got it rescinded, but that's because it's a red card, isn't it?
Even in the same breath, like he's not on the pitch. Yeah, even in the same breath, he's not on the pitch, in it. Like you're giving a red card, so I mean, you're retrospectively changing it like for the next game, but like we're playing a game with 10 men right here. Like,
exactly. Right now, that's the issue. Yeah, I was just going to say, before we move on from Liverpool, you got to give Núñez his flowers.
Yeah, flowers, man. Come on, man. Like, everybody knows how much I love Darwin Núñez.
Bro, how can you score an identical goal twice in the same game?
Don't you think the first goal, when I said Newcastle mistakes, you said it wasn't mistakes. Don't you think the first goal that you got scored was a mistake from the defender?
What do you mean? Not really, because that ball, the pass through was hard to control, bro.
No, but he should have done better.
He should have done better.
It's a mistake.
I don't think it's a mistake because I don't think he was running, trying to catch Darwin Núñez. He's rapid, and then he's seen that the ball's there. If he can't adjust his body to get the ball because his body can't do that, bro, you're taking away from the pass, one. And even though he thought he could have made it, clearly he couldn't. That's why I don't deem it as a mistake. I don't think he was capable of getting the ball. A mistake would be
I think he could have done better.
A mistake would be Trent.
Last week
when Salah
passed it back to him and he went under his foot, but this ball was in the air. The guy ain't got hips like that, bro. He can't open his leg and control the ball, bro. I don't think it's a mistake.
I think he could have done better, but that's me.
You would hope he did better, but
I think sorry to cut in, but I feel like that this was a really, really great result for Liverpool. But I want to touch on how poor Newcastle.
No, hang on, wait. Sorry, we got to do Núñez flowers before you move on to that.
Oh, sorry, no, but yeah.
So
Núñez's goal was.
Bro,
I think he's going to push on this season.
He has to, bro. He has to. Like the composure before that first shot, after that mistake, the ball comes to him. You see him steady himself, breathe, take a deep breath, bro, and just pick the corner, bro. Like he had time, so he composed himself like he was taking a penalty, and he just like nice little goal swing into that bottom corner. Second chance, I was thinking, nah, he's definitely missing this one. Like he's done. Bro, this guy has come and over delivers on the job. That exceeded expectations.
Yeah, that's it.
But exponentially, bro.
It's crazy because obviously you spent that amount of money for him to be your star and your main striker, and he's kind of ended up being your backup. But now he's like a good alternative option to come off the bench.
No, I don't think
he's different to everything you've got.
No, but that's just for now though, bro. Because he's raw. Remember how raw he was, bro. So he's gone from being like raw, having sick movement and all of that stuff.
But what's just for now, like him being your alternative striker or backup?
Yeah. I think Klopp is just trying to figure out how to get him into the team, bro.
Oh, okay.
Because he's like 22, 23.
Like, I like the fact that you got something different, like completely different to the other profiles of your forwards that you can. Like he's just pace, power, physical, direct, no technical ability. Bang goal.
No, he's got technical ability on the shooting though. That's the crazy thing. If you see the way he strikes the ball, he's good. But I don't know what happened last season, bro. And like obviously Della's always saying, bro, you can't judge these players straight away.
Yeah, no, I think he's gonna put this season.
Yeah, I think. But if he's like a Uruguayan street kid like Suarez, then he could. Those guys always survive. Like cockroaches, always they don't die, bro. So like he's gonna he'll acclimatize to the league, bro. And when he does, bro, like then maybe me and Marlon can revisit that bit. Because by the way, he promised that if Suarez gets 20 plus in the Prem, Nunez, he'll refund me half of the bet that
he does. 20 plus. Jeez, what's that? He's too into that already.
Getting it, bruv. He ain't getting it. But he definitely looks good. And yeah, Liverpool, they always stand a chance, man. Their attacking force is absolutely mental across the board. So what does Klopp do with Darwin Nunez in the next game? Does he start?
No.
So what is he? Is he an impact striker? Is he like a Solskjaer? No, I know he's better than that, but
basically it's like what's happening with Man City and Pep is that we've spoken about this, like they try different things in it. I think Klopp is just trying to get this style of playing locked in before he creates another style of playing. So he's got like the Gakpo doing all of that stuff. We also have the Jota as a number 9. And now we've had Jota on the left. Marlon said Jota can't play on the wide like Rashford. I beg to differ. But we've got the Jota on the out wide now.
Yeah.
Now we've got Nunez up top. So we've got different ways that we can play. And Harvey Elliott came on and replaced McAllister. Soboslai dropped in deep.
Yeah.
We've got like different styles of plays that we can shift into. So I think we're getting to a point, man.
That's a question I wanted to ask you. Do you think, that Liverpool, like Klopp obviously changed it up, Luis Diaz got subbed and what have you not. Do you think Liverpool started to play really well, or did Newcastle start to play really crap?
I think Newcastle's lack of experience,
the nerve set in.
But let's bear in mind, Newcastle didn't have any chances on goal. Like, sorry, not chances. They didn't create any clear-cut chances.
Newcastle.
So they didn't create any clear-cut chances.
Alisson done a few saves, from Almiron.
Hang on. Listen.
Listen.
They didn't create any clear-cut chances. The only clear-cut chances they got was from the mistake. But obviously, Liverpool created the 2 clear-cut chances where Thingy ran in on goal and scored. So Newcastle didn't. For me, like if you've got the world-class goalkeeper that we have, for me, they didn't create anything to make me think that we wouldn't beat them if we had our 11 on the team.
Well, I think some of that could be attributed to Harvey Barnes' greediness and selfishness.
This is what I'm saying. So they don't have the experience to kill out games, because if you're playing against 10 people, you've got to murder them with what you had on the pitch, bro.
And at home as well. The home advantage. But then the crowd went quiet. That was the thing. If you're watching the game.
But they played so, it was so frustrating to watch. If I was a Newcastle fan, I didn't care because obviously I'm a neutral, but they was crap, bruv. They weren't recycling the ball at all.
You said that
constant turnovers and possession.
Eddie Howe's subs were not. I don't think they were great either. I think he'd be looking back at them.
I think his hands are tied in terms of the subs. Like Harvey Barnes is probably the best player on the bench. Is that fair to say?
I mean, what in terms of
target, and he brought on one of the brothers.
He could have put Isaac on the left and put Wilson for in the middle.
They took off Tonali as well.
Exactly. So you're bringing on Wilson for Isaac. I don't think Wilson's better than Isaac. You're taking off Tonali. I don't think anyone on the bench. You're bringing on Matt Target. What's one of them brothers is called? Newcastle brothers.
Wilson's more of an attacking threat than Isaac.
No, but his range of play is limited compared to Isaac. Can be an attacking threat, and he can also hold up the play, and he can do link up. That's not really Callum Wilson's thing.
Because my thing is, why did they look like they went down to 10 men rather than you know what I mean? Because it's like, and this is what was annoying, and they just kept on hacking at you guys and literally just giving away free kicks and giving up possession. But
you know why though? Because as I was saying, like, they weren't creating clear-cut chances in the game, and I think that led to frustration because again, the only real chance came from the mistake. So I think if we didn't make that mistake, I don't even know if Newcastle was scoring in that game yesterday.
You can't say real chance. Like, clear cut, I'm just about giving you. I'm not pushing back on that. But they had chances.
But what were the chances that they should have scored?
Almiron had a couple.
But when you say should have scored, it's like, for example, your chance, it wasn't like a clear-cut chance. As I said, it came from a mistake.
I didn't expect us to win it. I just didn't. I expected us to, because when we got the red card, I said to everyone in my Liverpool group, we can nick points here, bro. So like, and I'm not saying after Newcastle went shit. This was before Newcastle went shit, because I know that they don't have the experience and they don't have the killer instinct.
You got some mental hold in them. I think it's like 15 games they ain't been able to beat you as well, innit?
Yeah, it's too soon, man.
Yeah, let's move on anyway. Next game, we'll move on to Arsenal game.
That was the game of the weekend, man. Kudos to Liverpool, man.
The game of the Friday and Saturday.
Game of the weekend. Game of the Friday and Saturday.
That's it, bro. Not the whole weekend, bro. Well, he's trying to see one limelight, bro. This is my time to shine.
Yeah, I'm saying your game was the game of the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Your Arsenal game.
We're moving on to that Arsenal game.
I don't want to talk about that shit.
Yeah, it was 2-2 at home to Fulham. Paulinho scored late equaliser as you guys drew your first game of the season. Striver, is it only right to start with what happened after 58 seconds?
Yeah, man, it's the third time that's happened in, I think, one calendar year. I think I saw a stat, maybe, yeah. It's ridiculous, man. I think what happened was I think one was Bournemouth. I thought one was Southampton. I remember I was in hospital with my godson. I was thinking, yeah, man, you know, like when you're not at home, so you can't think, so you're firing up to watch on your phone.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, I just see an app flash up saying 1-0. I'm like, it can't be, how? Bruv, and that's happened to me 3 times now, bruv.
It's not even 3001.
Wow.
It's just still 3 o'clock.
Yeah, bruv, I'm thinking to myself, bruv, like, this has got to be a glitch, bruv. Like, it's still it still says 3 o'clock on the counter, bruv. This has got to be a glitch. But yeah, it was crazy. Like, I was on Twitter, I saw X, and Fulham were taking a piss out of Arteta, going, he could see it coming. And it's like, soon as Saka's misplaced the pass, Arteta's got his hand and he's head in his hands going, oh no, like Saka could just see what was going to happen. Partey's out of position, obviously, because he's doing the inverted thing.
He wasn't even doing the inverted thing
at
that point. No.
So he was just...
so at that point, so basically, there was... Ben White was on the right, Partey was in the centre.
Okay.
And for some reason, he vacated the centre and went into the centre of midfield.
Oh yeah, so that might be just habit, innit?
Probably habit, but at that point you don't. I think there may be issues with there may be teething problems with the new formation of the system. But at that point, if your centre back is at the right, just slot in the centre until he comes back. But he vacated the centre space in defence. I'm not saying Saka's pass was bad, but then it was a combination of issues that led to the goal. Was
it just complacency? Because obviously we do this all the time. Like even if Saka gets the ball and I'm going to struggle. Saka's a great passer.
Yeah, I just think you don't expect Saka to make that crazy pass to wherever he was trying to pass it to. Yeah, so I think there's a number of things, but that is potentially, that is probably right there. I'm not even going to push back on that. And then I still think Pereira had a lot to do. I felt like he had a lot to do. I felt like if Ramsdale wasn't Ramsdaling, I feel like like he potentially still it's 0-0.
But when you say if Ramsdale wasn't Ramsdale, what do you think he done wrong?
Could you have seen that?
His concentration, at the beginning of games, is something that I've seen critiqued and questioned, and I've always always had time and always do have time for Ramsdale. But I think there was, even before we got Raya or what have you, I did say to myself, like, especially after the United preseason game, I'm going to keep an eye on this dude, like, because when I first started to realize I need to keep an eye on this dude, and like maybe I'm not penny in what he's up to, is I remember Dre, in last season mentioned that he has mistakes, and I was pushing back on it, and then I think maybe the following game he made a couple of blunders. I was like,
it's because the Brentford game after that as well.
So I was thinking, okay, I need to watch what this guy's on. So anyway, obviously I'm not saying it's just his fault, but I put him at fault also for that goal.
Bit unaware.
His positional, like his
positioning was poor.
His positional awareness.
Him and Partey the same.
You should know.
But the thing is there. If we're saying, if I just explain the whole position of Partey being at a position, he's already up. We also not meant to lose the ball in that space. So he's already up now, and then he has to obviously run back. And if you see it, that goal, and I think people are being harsh on Ramsdale because The way
it was a good
Pereira.
Yeah, it was. He kind of
he scuffed it.
He scuffed it, bro.
He scuffed it. He obviously tried to love Ramsdale, and Ramsdale's obviously thinking, I'm going to get love, so he's running that way. So when he scuffed it, it's like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why people are being harsh. No, he scuffed it.
You see the Ramsdale thing because it went close to him, innit? So
that does add context to it though, because but do you think Ramsdale was expecting to have to save a lot?
He's running backwards and then
he's having to change position.
Because it was like the Newcastle defender. What's his name? What you're saying?
Botman.
Yes, he wasn't expecting the ball to be like that, so he couldn't adjust his body, and that was the same for Ramsdale. He thought the ball was going to go up. So when he's getting ready to go up and it goes bobbles around him, his body's like all twisted up, bro. You can't get there.
I mean, it could be potentially harsh then to obviously criticize his position, but it is something that's going to be highlighted when a goal gets conceded.
It's the same complacency as Partey potentially, because obviously Partey's gone thinking we're going to keep the ball and I'm going to be in a better position attacking wise, but he should be focusing on defense. But Ramsdale's probably even thinking we're in attacking position. There's no way Saka's going to lose the ball.
Yeah,
I'm here, but really I probably should be back there just in case.
No, but I think he was where he should be, because Arsenal are playing from the back. And really and truly, if Partey stayed there, the pass from Saka was not good.
Yeah.
But at least there's three defenders there already.
Yeah.
When he played it, Pereira was ready for a goal. Yeah,
Partey sweeps up if he's in position.
But do you think it needs to be that far forward though at that point of the game? Like from
Ramsdale.
Ramsdale.
Who played the ball to Ben White? Wasn't it Ramsdale or either Ramsdale or Partey? But Ramsdale, if Arsenal, and this is what everyone's unfair with how they criticize, how they look at certain things. First, you've mentioned when he comes out, he's smiling and he's jovial, so he's not focused. But many of the times, Arsenal won. That's what fans will pick up. But Arsenal won most games last season. I guarantee you, he started off the game exactly the same.
Wait, they said he's too jovial.
Yeah, when he comes out, he's not focused.
No, you know, I think they're just pissed off. Like they're just like, bro, look like you want
too much of a character.
Look like you want to fight.
In the same breath, to your point, when they're winning, there'll be like a video like of him just on in his goal, like laughing and smiling,
happy go lucky. But I think what Del Estrada is pointing towards is more so like in the tunnel, you know, like back in the day, like.
But it's changed, man. It's changed.
When they're doing a camera pad and the camera and panning through the hole, and you'll see Roy Keane mugging whatnot. You'll see Patrick Vieira just everyone knows that while that's happening, this is when it's like your game face. It's like you know, I don't know how to explain you know what I mean. So then, but Ramsdale's one is always like, hey,
he's
like
locked in, basically.
like he's all locked in, like so. It's a stupid thing. He's
trying to get a hosting gig on CBB.
Like he really doesn't understand his audience.
But it's me mugging, bro. But
it's a dumb like criticism, but it's one of those.
It might be right, you know. It might be true, bro.
I mean, he's not playing well. He's been playing.
He's been playing. Like, because my thing is, I know we got Raya in there, like, but. I know I've seen calls for, is this time for Ramsdale to get dropped? But I'm just like, if you drop Ramsdale, then are you dropping Saka?
But
fair point.
You get what I'm saying? Just to piggyback off of that, Gary Neville was saying when you have a goalkeeper who's your number one and you get another goalkeeper who also looks like a number one, that's not good, because it's like the competition, somebody's going to drop out in it. And if you're sending a message to your number one goalkeeper that we're not happy with you.
Maybe that's the message he wants to send.
But if you're doing all that kind of game face before games, like
I'm seeing pictures I'm seeing press pictures of Ramsdale doing like flicks now and stuff like that. He's looking like he's adding some Brazilian F2 stuff to his rocker. He's trying to show us what he's got around at the moment, man. I don't know, like maybe
like passing and distribution.
No, I just saw a picture of him just in the air, like doing some acrobatic flick or something, man. But I'm just thinking, I don't know, man. Ramsdale's trying to show us what he's got in his locker at the moment.
He's looking like a second choice right now. Then sounding like a second choice goalkeeper.
So who would be your number one right now for the next game?
I think for me, I'm not Arteta, but I would keep Ramsdale. I would keep Ramsdale for that one. But I'm not gonna lie, he would be on the. I would put him into my office and be like,
okay, what's he done in the last 3 games for you to say
exactly, because that last one we already said might have been a bit harsh.
Well, let's say the last 3 games, what can you say is he's been not say at fault for, but he hasn't played bad. He hasn't played terrible.
No,
the whole team have not played, but they haven't gelled properly. But Arsenal being Arsenal, Arsenal fans being Arsenal fans, they'll just attach blame on a particular thing until that thing gets out, and someone else comes and then they'll attach another blame on something else. If it's not Ramsdale, I guarantee you it's going to be Havertz. Havertz didn't have any fault.
He's already getting it, boy.
Yeah, no, he's already getting it. But, and the thing with which is so weird, everyone's saying they're calling for Xhaka to come back. How many fans hated Xhaka?
Yeah, I know.
How many fans said, no, get him out of the club?
Yeah.
Now they're doing the same thing with Havertz. Just give him time to play his game.
I knew that was going to be a case of like, they're not going to understand what they had until he's gone. Like, and it's ultimately the case now. Xhaka was such an important cog in that machine. You know?
Yeah, he was. But obviously, some fans will rebuttal that we only got to enjoy that Xhaka for the last 2 seasons. True. But to answer your question, Ndella, I wouldn't just speak to him about the last 3 games. I would just say to him that, like what my concerns have been, but like you have had some sticky moments where I felt like your concentration could have been better. And ultimately, like, this is a dog-eat-dog kind of game in some respects. And at home, we conceded like the most goals other than Fulham. You know, I think it's, I think we've only kept 4 clean sheets in our last 21 games at home.
Oh, wow.
It's not good reading. And then on top of that, you've had a little bit of a madness at pre-season. All right, fair enough. I understand when you contextualize everything. I can give this one a pass. I give you a pass here, but try to know, that there's someone competing. So I'm pulling you in because I'm saying you're my number one at this present moment. But there's only so long that grace will go. Like, I think I would have that conversation, but I don't know. Maybe that might be bad from morale. Maybe that might that might boost him up. I don't know.
Quick question: if you're Arteta and you want to be a bit cutthroat,
right?
Would you? If Klopp is family man and Pep is cutthroat serial killer, where's Arteta in between those two?
I think he's still trying to find his identity.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what he is yet.
Because you've shown your hand by bringing Raya in and saying, this is what we want. We've gotten rid of Turner because he's not.
I think so. I don't think we've got rid of Turner. Like, we love Turner, but I think Turner.
Oh, so you don't think he wanted to get Raya at all?
No. So I think Turner was leaving, so you had to get a replacement.
Yeah, it was just.
Raya was just there.
It was just opportune. Yeah, it was brilliant.
Oh, so do you think that Raya's coming in they've brought Raya in to challenge him, or do you think they brought Raya in just because we needed a second?
Yeah, we needed a second. It's a bit of both. But then at the same time, it's just like, why not get someone that could potentially upgrade your?
But which one more? Though? You're saying both. Which one more do you think it is? Because that's what I'm trying to see Arteta's mind. Because if he brought him in to challenge, then he should be putting Raya in at this point. If I'm going to be honest,
why?
After 3 games.
Why not now?
Because Ramsdale's not been playing bad.
No, I'm saying we got League Cup. Is League Cup next?
Yeah, if it's for League Cup, then yeah. I think
he would have brought him in for the number 2, but it's just opportune, and it's just quite fortunate that he just happens to be the level that he's at. So I think if you're going to ask in terms of like which takes precedence, is the fact that we just need a number 2, and another keeper.
If Raya wasn't available, do you think you'll get another keeper of Raya's standard?
We just tell Turner, no, sorry, bro, you're gonna have to chill.
And let's say hypothetically speaking, he left, and you're replacing. You can't get Raya. Do you think you're getting a keeper of Raya's standing, or do you think you're just gonna get a decent enough second?
I think a decent enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, definitely
decent enough. But yeah, so. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm saying, I don't know why I'm saying sorry about that, but anyway, man, we move. Yeah, so obviously we're 1-0 down for a bit, and then
penalty?
The penalty.
Yeah. Obviously Bassi was that the second yellow?
No, this
that was the first one. The second yellow was in the air.
Oh, the first one was the one the one that people were talking about.
Was the first goal the penalty when Fabio Vieira won the penalty?
Yeah.
So yeah,
but Bassi was still on the pitch at that time.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
No, it was Tete that on that foul. No.
Yeah, no, but saying Bassi was still on the pitch. It was still 11v11.
So obviously, there's a lot of talk about our formation as well, whatnot. I'm actually one that understands and hasn't been too critical of that formation. I've seen us deploy it against Nottingham Forest. We did lose 1-0. I remember I was at your place, Dedestrad. I was annoyed watching that, but I felt like that game wasn't more so the formation, was more so the boys just lost the fight and quit on themselves. They really bottled it. But the game afterwards against Wolves, we battered them 5-0. Then obviously the opening game of the season, we've won that. Crystal Palace, we've won, and even we've had control of the game, considering the fact that we went down to 10 men. I think Arteta's changes was brilliant. Obviously, we were watching the game whilst recording the podcast last week, so we weren't able to really touch on certain aspects of that game. But like when Zinni and Jorginho came on, we just kept the ball frustrated, Crystal Palace, and it just looked like a real professional performance. And in this game now, we've kept the possession a lot. We've had chances. There was, I think Havertz had that. I was talking in one of my groups, one of my pals. He goes by the moniker Messi. He was saying that he reckons it was a hard chance for Havertz to finish, but personally, I think just get the fucking ball on target and it goes in the net. Martinelli was, like you could see, like he was like he's trying to rediscover the form from last season, but something's not quite connecting. I think what's happening there is him and Saka is missing Gabby Jesus, because as much as Jesus isn't your prolific striker, what I do give him is when he drops in, he gives them the space to run in behind and obviously get goals, and the way he links up with them. So I think Gabby Jesus is a bit of a...
Is he back soon in a few weeks?
He's back now.
Is he back?
Yeah, he's back now.
Did he play?
Yeah, he played.
Like last 10 minutes?
Yeah, I think, last 10 minutes, just trying to see if we can obviously rescue the game after we conceded again. But then, obviously Havertz was...
I've seen some clips of Havertz.
Yeah,
and Twitter was good. Yeah, they were.
But it's really mainly the Chelsea correspondents.
Yeah, no, 100% is Chelsea
fans. Yeah, just doing fell comps left, right, and centre. And I'm just like, why are you guys so triggered?
So on it.
Yeah, why you like? You must be pissed that you haven't got this player because you are so committed to rubbishing this man.
No, I think they're happy with how it's turned out, bro.
But why are they so like they're too committed to it,
bro? They're having a bad time in it. This is something that they can take enjoyment from.
But like I could see, like when Sanchez left Arsenal to go to United, I can understand fell comps all the time because we were pissed.
Yeah,
that was one of our greatest players. Yeah. But you lot are going on like Havertz was trash, and you're relieved that he's gone. Why are you so committed to it? But fuck Chelsea, yeah. Havertz is pissing me anyway, you guys know how I'm at with me, but he's pissing me off because what it is with Havertz, he was getting celebrated, and to the point, I'm arguing with Arsenal journalists on X, bruv, like on their takes because they're really going above and beyond to say how Havertz is just the brilliant messiah from like we haven't been watching Premier League football for the last 2 or 3 seasons, but they're celebrating things like winning ground duels, like ground duels and aerial duels, and I'm just like, fair enough, like you are doing that, but just can you stop gaslighting us, bruv? He's doing what he's meant to be doing. Like he'd won ground duels and aerial duels together 8 against Crystal Palace. Bruv, check that same game and see Xhaka's stats. He won 9. Nobody was talking about Xhaka's 9 ground and aerial duels. Why are we doing it for Havertz? It's because we're overcompensating. It's like what Liverpool were doing with Nunez last season, when obviously you want the sign that you spent a lot of money on to work. So
we didn't do that last season.
Liverpool fans were doing that. You were doing that. You were doing that.
Bro, but the stats that he was excelling in are stats that are useful for a striker. Like he'll have the most chances per game in across all the European leagues. He'll be top 5.
Yeah, but you didn't spend 80 mil to get chances.
I know, but you spent 65 mil on Jules.
But this is what I'm saying.
But that's not conducive to his position, really and truly.
Well, I mean, he's playing.
The Jules are there, but
where he's playing, it is. But it's my thing is,
you not can bring him in for that.
No, and he was touted as Xhaka plus. Someone told me he's Xhaka plus extras. I said, but why? I was like, how is he Xhaka plus extras? Oh, because he can play up. Yeah, because he can play up top and stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. Can he play left back? And he goes, no. I'm like, but Xhaka could play left back. So how is he Xhaka plus extras? Like, he's just a different player. But what you're meant to be giving us, allegedly, is obviously his composure, the way he links up on the ball, being able to hold up, play in half spaces. Bro, the guy can't even play in spaces, bro, at the present moment. Bro, there was a time when I think Saliba passed the ball to him, bro. He popped the ball back to fucking nobody, bro.
I think what that does show is, I think the pressure is getting to him because that
Champions League winner.
Yeah, it happens, isn't it? That pass that you're talking about, all you had to do was turn.
And he had turn,
but he had so much space where it's like he doesn't really want the ball. And if you see there's a difference in his play versus Vieira's play, whereas Vieira came on, he was demanding the ball. He'll get the ball and he'll turn. Yeah. But I'm not making an excuse for Havertz. I'm not going to make an excuse for him. But I think people just need to have it.
I don't see a different Havertz. Or same with when we're going to go to Man United, like Mason Mount. I don't see a difference between the Chelsea version to the version I agree.
But similar to that, I just think, again, Just give players time to just adapt to the new surroundings.
Let's come off the player cam.
Everyone just.
But Della, yeah, you know when you say that, I agree with you. But you know what I think is the problem? You're versing that comment at the wrong people. Because you're saying to the fans, give him the time to adapt.
Oh, no.
Tell Arteta that, bruv.
No, I agree.
Because why are you just shoehorning this dude into this team like this, bro?
Yeah, he shouldn't. I didn't think he'll come in straight away. I felt like he'll at least bring him on like on a few games to at least earn his play, because if you see the difference between Havertz and Trossard came in instant.
What about Trossard?
Bruv, speak to Arteta. Trossard came in instant impact straight away.
Arteta's close to getting. Honestly, CPS is about to file some papers. He's waiting.
This is a typical fan talking again.
No, you know what?
Just let things marinate.
No, but Stella, don't do that to me, bruv. You know how I felt about Arteta. He's on board. Okay,
my guy almost won you the league last season.
Hear what I'm saying. Remember, yeah, when we finished 5th, I said Arteta's time's done for me. Yeah, so he extended that time when he gave us a title challenge. He didn't just finish 2nd. We nearly won the league.
Yeah,
but then guess what? We bottled it still. So what you showed me is because when we finished 5th, I said to myself, you have shown me that even if you get us to the point where we're competing, we're gonna fail at the last hurdle.
Yeah.
No.
I know. I hear you.
What you're saying there is...
No, I hear you, but I'm just trying to remind you where I was. I'm not saying that I was right to say that. Yeah, but I'm just saying that that's what my thought process was. But then I couldn't even imagine us even getting to that point with Arteta.
Yeah.
So what Arteta done is he got us to that point. So I'm like, you know what? I'm giving you some time. But where he did prove me right is when he did get there, he failed at the last hurdle. But I'm thinking he's still learning on the job. So I'm giving him that.
Precedence.
But he was on board.
Do you remember the last manager that did this?
What's that?
Brendan Rodgers, 2nd place.
No, let's not be careful.
Yeah, let's not sidetrack.
I'm just saying, innit?
No, but I don't want to detail completely.
Yeah, let's not detail. Let's keep to the game.
But that title challenge, it's not enough credit to keep you in the job.
No, but they gave him the credit for me. He gave him the credit for me where I'm giving him this season. But this season, we must win trophy. I'm on podcast Pundits online. We must win trophies. I've got over £700.
Would you be happy with the Community Shield? I mean, Carling Cup. Sorry,
the Carabao.
Carabao Cup.
Bro, you've heard what I've been saying about the Carabao.
So when you say trophies, and the FA Cup and Champions League and the Prem, is that what you're saying?
If I got a Carabao Cup, I'll act like Manchester United.
No, exactly. So you're really saying you want
something. You want something.
I'm even gearing myself up to act like that over the Charity Shield because but hear me out. In my heart, I will know that I am a fraud. Because, because he has to do something for me. So in my opinion, you're on borrowed time a little bit.
Okay. And this is the thing that doesn't make any sense. So,
talk to me.
This is his 4th season, right? 4th season. So 1 FA Cup, 2 Community Shields.
Not his team,
but he still won it.
He did win it, but I'm just.
Whether he
FA Cup,
who won the Champions League with Chelsea? Di Matteo. And then who won it the second time?
Well, what did that get Di Matteo? What's he doing now? What's he doing now of his life?
So he's kind of piggybacking. There is credence to him piggybacking off of someone else's work.
Oh, okay, yeah. I hear what you're saying.
I'm confused. Right?
No, he's basically saying there's credence to me saying that
it's not his team.
It's not his team.
Okay, it's not his team, but he won something which wasn't with his team. So it's.
I hear you.
And this is the thing that gets me. Whether you. If he didn't win the FA Cup, he had a good enough team to win the FA Cup, but he didn't win it. Yeah. He's now won it. He won it with what it wasn't his
There's
team.
Always an answer
There's
for something.
always something. And what I'm going to say is, this is his 4th season, I think. 4th season. And you said himself when Jules asked the question, is he between Klopp or between Pep? You said he's still trying to find himself. So someone that's trying to find themselves, they've won an FA Cup and 2 Community Shields. They've changed the whole face. They've changed the whole face of Arsenal to the extent that non-Arsenal fans are saying, you know what, Arsenal are different now.
Yeah, I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
And this is someone that's done it in 4 seasons. I don't want to say anything about Emery. Emery's a good manager, but he couldn't change Arsenal, and he's a seasoned manager. So someone who's still learning, he's competing with the best managers in the Prem, going toe-to-toe with him. You're saying he's on borrowed time after 3 games. And what people need to remember, like last season,
how long would you give him, Della?
Let me finish. Last season, Man City went through 3 phases. The first phase when Haaland came in, he was doing very well. Then it went through the phase where it's like, okay, things aren't working so well. Everyone's like, this Man City don't look the same Man City. Then the final chapter of the project of last season, their formation worked, and they battered every single team.
But remember, KDB was injured in that second phase.
I know, but what I'm saying, but there were still phases. Last season, Arsenal fans accused Arsenal for going against Man City and not trying to change anything. Now, in the beginning of this season, you have a manager trying to try new things, and all that seems to come out of Arsenal fans, you shouldn't be doing experiments now. If you don't do experiments now, when do you do it? At the end of the season?
Yeah, but remember when I kicked off this segment, I said I've not had an issue with the formation, and I went to go and say why I didn't have an issue with it and when it worked well and whatnot. So I even went on to say that even with the formation in this game, that we should have won that game, and that's when I went on to start criticizing Havertz. So I hear you on that, Della. Like, and to be fair, I think it's quite smart, like building yourself up. That I give Arteta credit for being a good coach. I think he's going to be a future world-class manager. But what I am saying is, unfortunately, there's the landscape of the game is the landscape of the game. Like, you can't, well, you can do what you like, I suppose, in life, depending on what your bosses are prepared to accept. But you can't have the outlay and the spend that you do building up a squad in Arsenal, the quality that you're building up in Arsenal, or what have you not, build up expectations. So it's part and parcel of the job. If you wanted to have lesser expectations, should have gone and managed Newcastle.
No one's saying he's got less expectations.
I'm not saying you are saying that, but what I'm saying is, what part on top of what you're saying, as much as everything you're saying is spot on, Della, but what you're also kind of not lending too much credence to, which I think you should, is the fact he's managing Arsenal Football Club, and we have not won the Premier League for 20 years.
And that's the point I'm saying. That's the point I'm saying. He's managing Arsenal Football Club, and he's giving you back an identity that you didn't have 4 seasons ago.
Yeah, but I hear
give
you.
Him time.
But I still hadn't won the Premier League for 20 years.
That's cool.
I'm not one of the younger fans, bro.
That's cool, and I get it. But my only issue was the fact that you said he's on borrowed time.
I'm telling you,
that's my only thing. How can someone be on borrowed time after 3 games and giving you what you're giving?
He could be the manager that lays the foundation for the next.
And that's cool, but you know what? If he and we all know not having Saliba was very detrimental to Arsenal season. So when you're saying he bottled, fair enough, he bottled it, but how many people have to go toe to toe with Pep and Man City? He was doing that. And
I hear you.
So that's
anyway.
Over here.
That's my thing. It's like
sit right here.
No, exactly. But and again, and
remember when we lost all our centre backs, we each got told.
No. What can I say?
Centre backs. You can't let one Saliba derail your whole season.
I'm giving examples of when everyone's saying he bottled it or whatever. That's fine. You can say that. But when this is the same person you're saying is competing against Pep and Klopp, who you're saying is the best people in the Premiership right now.
I'm just saying your margin for error is quite minimal. So the time that you want to get forward him, and I hear you.
I haven't said anything at time. My only issue is the fact that you're saying he's on borrowed time after 3 games, and it's like.
I think there's credence to that.
How can you know? But I've given you. I've given you.
It's after like we've gone through the seasons.
Not after 3.
I'm not saying like the 3. I'm not talking about after 3 games. What you think because of the draw?
So why is he on borrowed time? I'm trying to understand.
Because he has to give back a return on the investment.
Bro, of course, he's not disputing that. Arteta's not going to come out and say that's not good enough.
But you're disputing it right now.
No. I'm disputing the fact that it's even in your head right now to even question the manager.
It has to be borrowed time because
how can he be on borrowed time after 4 games? No. But please let me land my point. If someone's managed for 4 seasons, let me finish. For 4 seasons, and in 4 seasons, when I'm still trying to find myself, which he's clearly said he's trying to identify himself. In 4 seasons, I was changing the whole face of your club. I've given you free trophy, whether you want to count. No. Let me finish. I'm giving you 3 trophies. Whether you want to count the Community Shield or not, it's still a trophy that's won.
It's not. No. It doesn't count, bro. It doesn't count, bro.
Listen, okay, cool.
I've seen it being counted, to be fair. I've seen it being counted.
Okay, let's not distract. Let's not distract. Whether you want to count it or not, it's irrelevant, yeah? He won 3 achievements. What do you want to call it?
No, he won 1 trophy, bro.
Okay, whatever. A Community Shield.
Honours. You guys start using this as an opportunity to diminish
He won 3 honours in the space of 4 seasons, competing against some of the people who said are the best managers in the Prem. So after he's done what he's done, for a fan to say, you know what? Nah, after 4 games of a new season, even to utter those words, he's on borrowed time. And I'm trying to explain to you, last season, everyone questioned the fact that he didn't do anything.
So how much time does he have then?
Yeah.
No.
Thank you, 'cause that's what I wanna know.
The point is that his time is limited.
No, I'm not disputing that. Because you're missing the point. I'm not disputing that. Maybe he might. But even why would I even think that?
Why are you so outraged at the fact that I believe that? Because I'm trying to get to that part.
But why do you believe that?
But I'm trying to.
No, that's not why.
I told you.
Because Arsenal and he has high expectations for Arsenal.
Okay, but guess what? Who gave you those high expectations?
Arsene Wenger did.
Okay, so if I gave you those high expectations, no.
Arsene Wenger gave me those high expectations.
Okay, and guess what? If I'm giving these, it's like. Let me tell you the analogy of your girl. If you've been doing this thing with your girl, so when you're taking her every week, then the 1 week, let's say the 1 week, say, babe, let's just do McDonald's today.
Yeah.
And she'd be like,
it happens.
Why you even?
It happens. The game's savage, bro. The game is savage. It happens because you show me the life I can have. But I don't think you're capable of taking me to the highest heights.
Okay, but guess what?
So now, thank you for your service. It's time to move on.
As well, yeah. We're not going to just settle for like being
no one's
an
asking
early
to
team.
settle. I'm not even saying that.
Okay,
I'm not even asking to settle. I'm just saying like raw. After 3 games when you claim that Arsenal should have won it. No. You're missing my point. You're missing my point.
You said honours, bro. There's nothing honourable about Community Shield.
Whatever. If we want to be because you've said it after 3 games. That's what you're saying. He's on borrowed time.
No, he said all the other seasons before.
But guess what?
Bro, not only do you know me, but you've been on the podcast with me, and I've told you from when we finished 5th, this guy, I'm ready for this guy to be gone.
Listen, this
so
is the thing.
If I'm not ready for him to be gone now,
why is he on borrowed time?
Okay, so all right, Della, let's just break this down so that we can obviously just wrap up the Arsenal game, move on.
Yeah.
But I'm going to break it down. I wanted the guy gone. Yeah, so let me just. I can get cast all you like. I wanted him gone. We finished 5th. We had a clear run at Champions League football, and we fucking bottled it. Yeah, Tottenham, Newcastle games. We bottled it. Arteta, I don't think. Thank you. You've made me start watching football again. I expect Arsenal again, particularly. Thank you, bro. But let's get someone in who actually can cross the finish line. Then I don't know, but I just wanted. I didn't care. Cool. I just didn't care. But I'm just letting you know this is where I was. And then we've come to this season. Oh my days, we're gonna win the league. Oh my days, shit. Okay, what we've Champions League now. Okay, cool. You've delivered me what I wanted. I wanted a trophy, but cool. Champions League secured. Hold on, we nearly won the league. All right, cool. You know what? I don't want you gone no more, bro. You're the guy. Like you're showing me that you're willing to cut people out when they're playing trash. You're showing me your recruitment strategy. I'm seeing an identity. I'm loving the fans. I'm loving football again. I'm seeing what you're doing. I'm seeing the bigger picture. I got it wrong, but guess what? You were gone a minute ago, so I've extended it for you because you finished 2nd. So now this season, bro,
proved me wrong.
Yeah, you've proved me wrong. So this season, for me, you were gone. So I'm going to give you another season to get me the trophy. So borrowed time is because your time was up. So that's why that's because you're asking where I've landed there. So your time was up for me. So now it's like this season, I'd like to win the Prem, bro. If I don't win the Prem, give me a good run in the Champions League, get another great title challenge, quarterfinals minimum, maybe semi-finals. Champions
what happens
League,
if he wins
maybe
the trophy?
Maybe FA Cup.
If he wins the trophy,
maybe he extends his contract. Basically, Dan's put him on a 1-year contract.
Yeah.
I've got
him on a 1-year rolling. I've got him on a 1-year rolling, and I get that you don't agree with that, Della Strada, but that's how I am, and that's fine. And that's where I'm. So for me, obviously, it hopefully puts perspective into why I'm just like, I don't get why you want me to sit with you while you do your Willian Project 2 with Havertz. But
no one's
just fucking put this guy on the bench.
I wasn't focused on a Havertz.
I know, but I'm just talking about in general. Yeah, I'm just talking about in general. You don't have the time to fucking play around. Arteta.
But that's what I'm saying. He's not. Do you think he?
No, I'm not
talking
about. Guess what? I'm not talking about the formation. I'm just talking about in certain aspects. Sometimes his personnel choices are a little bit weird and whatnot. This Havertz thing is a main thing for me.
Yeah. Well, if we go back to the game quickly, so we can wrap this up. Obviously, Nketiah scored after 2 minutes. Then there was the red card. Then they scored. So. From when you went ahead, I'm going to say, well, like, what happened after that? Because obviously, with the red card, everyone thought.
But now this is the bit.
Havertz wasn't on the pitch.
This is the thing
at that point.
Yeah, Havertz went on the pitch, man. Thank God.
The damage had already been done,
bro. This guy did a fucking bum flick, bro. When Saka put the ball through, and when the ball would have dropped. Anyway, let me just. you know what? I'm in support of Havertz in an Arsenal shirt, but when he plays trash, I just need to just not ask.
Let's move away from Havertz. Havertz wasn't on the pitch.
He wasn't on the pitch, but so now we're 2-1 up now. Yeah, I'm even getting mindful. Who scored our second goal?
Nketiah.
Yes, so I don't know. Della's got me hot, bruv, but I'm back now. So Nketiah scored, and I think what's crazy is there was calls for Nketiah not to really be playing over Trossard after the pre-season, but Nketiah's actually done his thing, man. And I think Nketiah is, I think he's a don't slate me for this. He's very similar to Jesus, you know. He's quite similar to Jesus. Like, obviously, when I say similar to Jesus, he's even like linking up the play a little bit better and whatnot. He's quicker, but he doesn't completely obliterate Jesus in terms of pace, in terms of stature, quite similar. He's probably a better finisher. Jesus is better on the ball, whatnot. So Nketiah is actually decent, and he's getting better and getting better.
He is improving, like really, really rapidly.
Yeah, man, and
really, really rapidly.
I'm seeing him score. Personally, he probably should have started that game. So seeing him still, he's vindicated that, and I would probably think that he starts again next game. And even though Jesus is coming back to fitness, because maybe it's just fair, and he did do well against United last season anyway. So why wouldn't you, kind of thing? But I do still think we need an alternate profile of striker, because I do think him and Jesus are quite similar. But yeah, after he scored that goal, bro, I think what's happened is we've dropped off we've become complacent. Arteta can't legislate for that. I'm not going to blame Arteta for that. Like your players are just moving. Like Odegaard was playing like the Odegaard that was on loan for us. I didn't think he was having his greatest of games. I think Martinelli as well. You could see
Saka was a bit of an off day, a bit. Maybe.
Yeah, Saka's the mad one, because he was having an off day, but then he's kind of pulled it back a bit. And, but everyone's still crucifying him for that mistake, kind of thing. But yeah, it wasn't his best day out. Fabio Vieira was exceptional. He's come on, and
amazing.
He's had a lot of flack from the fans as well, like what happened with Havertz. But the difference with Vieira is he was actually bedded in slowly. You know what I mean? It was given the season to learn the culture, learn what it is to play for Arsenal, be coached by Arteta, know how to play that role. This is what we should be doing with Havertz, irrespective of his price tag. So when you saw the difference, Vieira, he's come under criticism. Even in pre-season, it came under criticism. But then he came on, I think, in a final pre-season game and put in a good performance, scored that penalty under the high-pressure situation. Vieira's come on now, and I'm seeing bicycle kicks. He's picking the ball up on the half turn, like what certain number 29 should be doing. He's playing exceptional. He's linking up with Martinelli. They know where each other is. He's won the penalty. Brilliant. He's done dope. Zinni as well. Him and Zinni, they've come on. They've changed the game together. Like let's give Zinni his flowers for doing that. Where Zinni's then fucked up is like what he done against Liverpool. Complacency. It switches off. Great on the ball, what have you not, but his defending just lets us down every now and again. And it's just something that
frustrating more than anything.
It's frustrating, and then it then brings me to think that fucking hell, you've just sold fucking Tierney, or you sent him out on loan. Tierney, like and now it's gonna be Tierney.
But if Tierney wasn't really playing, and
he wasn't playing.
He was sell him,
yeah, he wasn't playing.
Let him go.
He wasn't playing. But then these are the little things where I was saying that I've still got my file ready to present to CPS to bring him back to court, because there's still certain things that I criticize Arteta for. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's just where I'm at, Della. I know you might not agree, but there's just certain things I do criticize. I don't understand certain things. So I'm just like, while it's working, you're the expert. But when it doesn't start working, you're gonna like, the thoughts are gonna come back into my mind. Like, was I right then? Like, why are you doing these things? But then obviously Zinni's made that mistake, lost the ball. And then I think he lost his marker for the corner as well, ironically.
And then between him and Saka.
What's their left back situation then? Because obviously Timber's out for the whole season. I'm surprised that
Zinchenko. But he's just coming back.
Kyrgios as well.
And Tomiyasu was suspended.
Yeah.
But wasn't he a right back?
But he's like auxiliary. Auxiliary, can play left, right, and centre back. And let me, before we move on, just so we're clear, Arteta is not immune to criticisms from me. My only gripe is that someone's on borrowed time. But so let's say the things I criticize Arteta about is sometimes you don't have to use the same system You don't need to find a system and just literally stick to that system all the time.
Yeah.
So essentially, it's not everyday inverted fullback. So if you haven't got Zinchenko, I know why you're playing Tomiyasu. You're playing Partey as an inverted, but sometimes, you know what? Just put a normal back 4 back, because you're already playing Kyrgios out of position as a left back. Put Ben right back at right back and put Partey in the middle. Essentially, Fulham are not anything special.
Yeah.
You know, and they don't play like a low block again, similar to a Nottingham Forest or a Crystal Palace. They actually come out and play.
Yeah.
So you didn't need to be doing this whole inverted fullback.
It was crazy
thing
at the end though, because Traore had that chance as well that Ramsdale actually had to
Yeah, but
do his job.
Saliba, he was tired as he was. He had to go up in a foot race against that beast. That was really wild, man. I can't even lie, man. That game was just frustrating, and then there are just other things that just compound. Like it makes it feel like a defeat. Like I had a double on because United and Arsenal were shit in the bed at the same time, but I tipped them both to actually win their games.
Yeah,
and then it was mad because I thought United was the team that I should be worried about. So I went watching the games. I've gone into the group to be like, yo, how's United going on? Can't think, should I cash out my bet when we're both winning? But as I'm asking that question, I just hear bet for his 365 raw. I'm like, oh my God, who scored? Arsenal 3-1, 2-2. I'm like, fuck's sake, bro. so that compounds it. And then obviously FPL, you're trying to build a team to figure. And then Gabriel is just not playing, and then you're freaking, bro, like, are you freezing them out? Are you doing that Arteta thing again, where you just start freezing out players, and then we work out later on is because something's happened behind the scene when you watch a documentary or whatnot, or what's actually going on here? Yeah, you know what I mean. But
so they basically, with that red card, they just took their foot off the gas.
Yeah, bro. After the red card, it's complacency. We're cruising. The players were shit. We were shit.
Yeah. So on red cards, I think what people need to understand is just because automatically a team goes under 10 men doesn't mean the game becomes easier.
No, it may become harder.
Sometimes it becomes a bit harder. Yeah. Sometimes your mindset does change. Similar to Liverpool and
Newcastle.
Newcastle got the man advantage. You get a bit complacent, or you get a bit, So yeah,
but it should get. But
it should. But sometimes the optics, because you think it should be easier, your the way you approach the game changes. You're not like. You're just like, no, we've got a man advantage. We should beat them.
And that's what happened to us. The way we approached the game was poor. It was lackluster. We was complacent, and we got punished. And now we're already behind in the title race, bruv. Like,
and next you got Man United.
Sorry, obviously we need to do visuals soon, but the smiley mile keeps on looking at me, bruv. And it's pissing me off.
It's a great segue onto that game. Obviously, Man United 3, Nottingham Forest 2. Bruno Fernandes at the forefront of United's 3-2 comeback. So, Molly Marth, I just go straight into that and go, how good was he? Our captain.
Bruno Fernandes. He was on job. Like he was. He's a very much a high output player in terms of like he has a lot of attempts to create chances. Obviously, he loses the ball quite a lot of the time as well. But he does do his thing in terms of putting the ball on a plate for his teammates to score goals. And this weekend was another indication of him doing that. It feels like he's been hearing all the criticism in the week around him carrying the armband and him not being a suitable captain for the club, and he's just taking that criticism on his shoulders and he's run with it. He had absolutely fantastic game.
Yeah, no, he had a great game, but it was a crazy way to start though. Two quick goals.
Yeah,
at the beginning.
Yeah, and then the thing is like when I saw that they scored in the first 2 minutes, I was like, oh wow, what did Onana get lobbed again from the halfway? Yeah, because those early goals, you just assume it's something's crazy happened with, I don't know, like one of the midfielders or a defender or at this moment in time the goalkeepers. But yeah, man, it was an interesting goal because.
Why we never had no one actually baffled me.
No midfielders, no defenders. You had Anthony and Rashford tracking Amwani. Is that how you say his name?
Amwani.
And
he's a beast.
Yeah, he is a beast.
He is a very much so no-neck beast. He's looking good.
Kudos to Rashford for even trying to keep up with him, but he got bang up, man.
He did get bang up. It was a smart finish though.
And I don't know what Onana was doing. It's almost like he dived before goal.
He
He
nearly
shot.
saved it as well.
Do you think?
Yeah, no, remember he nearly got a hand to it as well. Because remember, it kind of dribbled.
Yeah, even after that.
He did get a hand on it, didn't he? I mean, yeah, boy, is that this is going to be the temperature of Manchester United's games throughout the season. Like we're gonna have a lot of moments where we go behind. We might come back. We're gonna have instances where we're gonna get clapped by 4 or 5 goals again. Like it looks like. It just looks like there's not as much control, as much possession in a Ten Hag system that we would like. Or expect rather, and I think that's just because maybe we haven't got the right tools to do so.
I don't even know, because that first goal, it was almost like the press was too aggressive. It was like, come on, guys, like this is. I know they've only got one striker, but like let's just keep.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's very, very like.
But there was three. You guys had 3 defenders back.
No, we didn't have anyone back, bro.
No, you had.
He basically ran it from his own half.
You had thingy.
Rashford.
No, you had Rashford. And then I think you had Wan-Bissaka who went for the header but missed it, and I saw there was someone else as well.
No, but Wan-Bissaka was so high up.
Yeah, exactly.
He was like,
But he went for the header with someone.
He missed it.
He missed it.
Exactly. So that means you had 3.
that was like on the edge of the centre circle. I think it was.
Yeah, so you had at least three players back then.
No,
Right?
it was higher than that.
No, it was higher than
Sorry,
that.
it's higher
Yeah.
than that. Yeah.
Higher than where? Sorry.
It was higher than the centre circle.
It was near their box.
So basically,
I thought it was
our
close to
our last defense
It
was
was 2,
basically
innit?
in their half,
Yeah.
just past the semicircle of in their half. It was crazy.
We're playing like really crazy, aggressively high. And in the first 2 games as well that we obviously looked pretty bad in. It's a result of the same thing. Like the press is so aggressive. Like if it doesn't work, like you're doomed. You're doomed. You're struggling. And obviously this was a case of it came from a corner, right?
Yeah, Bully, the second one.
The second one came from a corner.
Yeah, the second one.
And the first one.
The first one was from our corner.
Was the second one a volley or a free kick?
No, it was a corner.
It was a corner.
Sorry.
It was a bully header, wasn't it?
Yeah, bully header.
But straightforward, like he didn't even really move for it. Yeah,
No, but it was well placed.
Casemiro and Wan-Bissaka.
Well placed.
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka missed it. He jumped and he missed it. So unfortunate. Yeah. But then I'd say from that game, the only good thing I got out of that game was Man United still have resilience, like to come back and win 3-2. Because at 2-0 down, I thought, I'm not sure. Did they have it in their locker still?
Away from home, I would have said that we're not coming back. But at home, our record at home is actually pretty good. Like they do their thing at home. Strives, you mentioned you put a bit on Man United win. Yeah. I even you mentioned it, and I was like, oh, I don't even know about this one.
Yeah, because at Old Trafford, you guys are quite like almost impenetrable. There. So I thought, yeah, man, you must come back from this.
Yeah.
But to be fair though, I thought it was 2-1. I didn't realize it was 2-0. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, when you put it on.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was 2-0.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
bro, it's crazy, bro. The only thing I would say is that because they scored so early on, I think that it gave us enough time.
Yeah, no,
and I don't know what frustrates me is that, you know, when you go to even 1 goal with Man United, when you go 2, it's like, now you want to play football.
Yeah.
Because you just thought this was Nottingham Forest.
Because remember we were doing that. We were doing that under Solskjaer. I remember we were going like 2-0 down, and then everyone was just like, "Oh, we're gonna come back." So it's good that we still got that energy. It's just we just need to find a way to do that away from home as well as we're doing it at home. But yeah, no, it was a decent game. 3 midfielders on the team sheet, which was fantastic. Eriksson, fantastic little goal back in the team. Hopefully that.
Were you saying Mount should be worried now?
He should be. He should have been worried when he got there, but he got the number 7 shirt and it was like, all right, cool, I ain't got to work for anything.
But question, you said Mount should be worried. As fans, should you not be more worried the fact that your manager bought Mount knowing that he doesn't offer what you need him to offer in the midfield?
Well, we don't know if he wanted someone else in midfield with him. That's the only thing I will say.
Well, who else would he have in the midfield with him? Because he's not going to get rid of Fred. He's not going to get rid of Bruno. Casemiro is your DM. So who else is Mason Mount going to replace? So that's your midfield, bro.
I think if you get another DM, then maybe one that's a bit more agile and that maybe can cover a bit more ground.
So you're going to drop Casemiro?
Maybe.
Yeah, in and out.
Maybe, in and out.
No, I'm saying that your strongest 11 will be Casemiro, Mount, and be a Casemiro, Fernandes, and someone else.
No, to be fair, I actually think Mason Mount wasn't. I mean, in an ideal world, Mason Mount doesn't come into a team and he's not an automatic starter. He's a good squad player to bring in. That's what I would like to think. And I think if we was to potentially get Amrabat, who seems to.
Yeah, I hope so.
He's not playing there. He's not even training.
Wait, don't we just give Mason Mount more time?
Or don't you coach him into the role?
Yeah, because
I'm not disputing about more time. I just feel like, obviously, I think what United needed was an upgrade to Eriksen. You see, Eriksen, he provides something to that United midfield that no one in that midfield can do.
But remember, him having Mount just might be a different style of play. But he just hasn't been able to implement that style of play now. So maybe he's got an idea of how he wants Mount to be there.
So United Ten Hag's on borrowed time.
No, well, he's only been there for 2 years.
Well, he is, I think he is. He doesn't have a good season. People will be calling for his head, bro.
He's only been
United fans.
He's achieved targets in one season, bro.
Yeah, but
he's got credit in the bank.
Yeah,
he's got credit in the bank.
His first season, you've gone from 6th to was it 4th or 3rd? From 6th to 3rd.
Yeah.
He won the Carabao Cup.
Bro, this guy's got loads of credit in the bank.
I can't.
With these new guys,
you're being unfair. If Strabs was being unfair, you're being unfair, bro. Because remember,
if Ten Hag has
if he has a stinky season, of course people call for his head. That's football, though, isn't it?
No, but before last season, you guys, I think we were all resigned to thinking it's going to take about 3 years to get United where United need to be.
But then forget, this is how Marlon bets as well, bro. He forgets. Everything goes out the window when it's time to cash in on the big.
No, but I think what Marley Moore is trying to say though is that, bro, any team, whether it be Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, if you're finishing 8th. They're gonna start looking for like some kind of answers, and who do you go for first? You're probably gonna go for the manager.
I hear that, but I don't think I'd be very surprised.
I mean,
even if you finish 8th, I'd be surprised if your fan base and the media was calling for his head, because first off, you got the context of what's going on with your squad as well. Like, as much as you've got loads of like players and stuff like that, I don't feel like your squad is like. Has got the depth required and the quality within that depth as well.
Especially when Shaw went out as well. It shows.
I give Ten the benefit of the doubt at the minute because
and the board you have as well. Huh? The situation up high.
His conditions at the minute. I mean, it looks good because it looks okay because we sign players, but I don't think a lot of the players he's wanted, he hasn't been able to, to close. And I think a lot of the players that have actually been brought in have been pretty much alternatives to his first choice. He's still got a lot of the team that he inherited as well. Yeah. So he's having to coach people that might not be coachable, like Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire he's been given chances, but for some reason it's just not on my line.
No. I just where you finish, I just got a question.
Harry Maguire's been given chances, but for whatever reason, it's just he hasn't got the tools to play the way 10 wants to play.
Yeah.
As what's his name?
Anthony.
Do you think Dunk has the capabilities to play how you want to play?
Dunk, the left back.
No, Dunk for Brighton.
Oh, sorry,
the captain, I think.
Yeah.
It's similar to Harry Maguire, isn't it?
Exactly. So I come down to De Zerbi. So if De Zerbi has Brighton playing in a certain way and he's only been there for half a season, how come Ten Hag doesn't have United playing? If you think he's going to play United, play well.
Where did Brighton finish and where did we finish?
Brighton finished, I think, 5th or 6th. Come on, of course.
But your point is...
Okay, let me finish my point. First and foremost, Brighton should always finish below United. That's a given. No, because are we being serious here?
You're saying they're playing
playing
well, though, right?
No, they are playing well. You shouldn't be happy the fact because your rebuttal was, where did Brighton finish? Brighton finished really high compared to their standard, and you guys finished where hopefully you should be finishing because you're United.
Sorry, did Brighton finish high compared to their standards? Are we now actually realising?
Are we being serious?
I'm saying the capability of the manager.
Where did Brighton
the capability
finish?
Of the manager.
No, where did Brighton finish?
They finished 6th.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying so. Maybe they've got.
Where did Liverpool finish?
5th.
Okay, so Brighton finished. Brighton done really well.
About Brighton. I'm talking about the manager.
Okay,
as well.
So let me land my point.
So the manager might be very, very good. We just don't know how good he is. Yeah.
There's my point. So either De Zerbi is very, very, very good, or Ten Hag's not very, very good, because De Zerbi's taken Brighton playing in a way that you would hope Man United played after half a season.
Yeah, but
Ten Hag.
But your point is towards Dunk. Let's use Dunk as an example. I think if Dunk was in Man United's team, we would have the same criticism that we might have with Maguire.
Yeah, maybe. But what I'm trying to say is, the mere fact that De Zerbi can do that with a Brighton team who player for player, who player for player, I don't think they're better than Man United.
I do.
You think Brighton are better than Man United?
If we do the whole list,
forget agendas. Let's not do agendas right now. Let's be. Come on. Come on.
Hang on. Let me try to wipe the United hate out of my eyes.
Give me time to breathe.
Let me wipe the hate out of my eyes.
Wow.
I need to look at this because I don't think who plays.
Brighton's got better.
I think Wan-Bissaka's dead.
Yeah, they've got better strikers.
But you've been giving the rating for the last
midfield.
I said he's the best tackler in the world.
Let's not do this.
I'm just really thinking about it.
Chris is better than Christian Eriksen and Mason Mount.
Finish higher than Brighton.
Daniel Welbeck is better than your striker. Daniel Welbeck's better than all your strikers.
But Estupiñán, he gets in your team.
He's not better than. When is Estupiñán playing?
Okay, so you guys,
Lewis Dunk is better.
Okay, we're not going to go through player for player.
Yeah, exactly. We're getting sidetracked.
So the listeners, let's say here. So Strives and Joey, you're saying Brighton have a better squad.
If I was going to take a squad, you know how I feel about Matoma.
No, I don't.
Evan Ferguson.
Just answer the question. Online right now, answer this question.
If you
Brighton's got a better squad,
take that job.
No, I'm not talking about job. I'm talking about the squad.
Yeah, squad.
Squad. Who's got a better squad, United or Brighton?
Yeah, United. Sorry. Honestly, you got to remember, I hate your club. So I'm trying to be objective now. United have. But when you did say it, I did start to think. I was thinking.
Okay, that's fine.
Is that so much? I don't know if they've got a better team. I'm going to be honest.
Joey, I'm thinking about it.
I would love to have it mentioned.
Who's got a better squad?
That's what I'm saying. I need to think about this.
But can you see why I'm not being a full hater? Like Solly March is decent, and Cisco decent, Matoma decent, Estupiñán decent, Gross decent, Ferguson decent
because it's Brighton.
No, but I don't know.
Not they're decent compared to like a Man City. Or a Chelsea or an Arsenal.
No. Okay, but which imagine who are better players out of player for player? Like the only people I can take from your team and say are 100% better are Rashford, Bruno,
Martinez.
I don't know about Varane, bro. I've never known about Varane.
I know that. I'll take Varane over.
I'll take Varane, but then at the same time,
someone else.
You probably would do Martinez and Estupiñán, innit? What would you?
You're right.
Estupiñán is
sorry, left back. Sorry, I'm moving mad. You'd have Estupiñán over Bissaka, innit?
Yes.
Is he right back? Estupiñán is a left back.
I think he can play right back though.
No, but he's left footed though.
Yeah, he's
he's left back.
He gets crazy high. So I guess your question is, would I take Estupiñán over Shaw?
Actually,
I know
that's a tough one.
That is
however,
why have I had him down as a right back?
Different to Shaw. I think
so the point I'm trying to make here is that essentially, I think Brighton United have a better squad than Brighton. But Brighton play better than United.
I think to that point, but Brighton had a better foundation.
I agree.
Restructure everything.
Cool. I agree with that. But that's the mere fact that De Zerbi could have come and just changed things up completely and got it horribly wrong. Mm-hmm. But the mere fact that, and I think we all agree that he's leveled up since Potter. Fair enough, his foundation was different.
Yeah.
But the mere fact that Ten Hag, and I think he's a good manager, but I think fans should demand more from him because he's been there for a season and you're still not, we're still saying, he hasn't got the players that he wanted, but the players there are good enough and better to be playing a better brand of football. If Brighton can do it, after 6 months.
I think we showed that when we went 2-0 down though. I think
what I will say though about that, and you do make a decent point, but I feel like United have kind of been marred with a lot of bad luck because this Meno guy is the kind of player that a De Zerbi would love. I
heard that, but let's not pin our hopes on how old is he?
He's young, 18.
But sometimes, it's like when you bring in talent from your youth club, like your younger teams or what have you not. Sometimes you unearth gems, and this guy.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
I know you're not, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying
midfield instead of.
In pre-season, we saw him playing with Mount.
It was Cat. It was Mount, innit? I think Mount was about further forward, don't I?
Yeah.
So do we think Mount? So Mount wasn't bought to play midfield. So if you're saying this 18-year-old was already there,
I would like to think that.
I think we're chasing wild.
No, but I'm just
over this Mano.
What I'm saying is that United have had incredibly bad luck, as in they've marred with injuries as well. So obviously their identity. I get what Dela's saying because I agree. Like I think Manchester United's trying to make their identity a team of possession, but they're still suffering from high turnovers.
But you get what I mean? You see with Maino though, that's no worse than you losing Timber.
No, but what I mean is that they've lost Shaw now.
It's not as bad as them.
They've lost Shaw now. Obviously Maino's not around at the moment. The striker that they've just brought in that hopefully was meant to unlock.
It's self-inflicted.
Fair enough, but the striker that they've brought in that was meant to kind of unlock the way that Ten Hag wants to play, he's not available yet. You get what I mean? So now you've got basically Bruno, kind of like. Bruno can get a lot of like goals, but then he's assist and he's creative play. Who's he feeding? He's feeding Rashford, who's not really a striker. So striker's not getting, Rashford's not getting to play. So I just feel like there's context as to why potentially we're not seeing that identity. But I'm not saying you're wrong there. I'm just saying. Right. I just think that I'm just wondering, like, are we slamming the gavel a bit too early?
No, it's too early. It's like it's free games.
I think he's right.
Pick up for sure.
He's right about the De Zerbi and ETH thing. The only thing I think you might.
But then Marlon's rebuttal is.
The only thing I think you might be unfair with is that you're expecting good football from ETH. I don't know if that's necessarily a thing. What we do know is that he's delivered Champions League and trophies.
I think
are we expecting like good Ange or something?
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying.
But United played decent football last season, and they rose from 6 to 3rd, 6 to 3rd plus trophy.
Or Arsenal. They were nowhere near Brighton, City, or Man Arsenal. So it's not a great brand of football.
What do you mean nowhere near?
He said that you lot played.
No, they played better football last season.
No, I said they played better, but it was nowhere near the football.
Oh yeah, but Joey, it translated to results. So if you've moved your team,
talking about the brand of football.
But that team was really poor the season before, like really poor, and then Manchester United was horrible to watch. Bro.
Yeah, we were.
They were horrible to watch.
But what I'm saying, they've never been great to watch. But they became. United have not been one of the best teams in the league to watch.
They became better to watch. To be fair, because
that's not true.
Like, even when they played Arsenal at the Emirates and at their ground, like even their style of football, they seemed to just hit on the counter attack. But they were doing that really well, and they looked dangerous at doing it. And they could, when they did want to keep the ball, they were able to do that. But Eriksen was cooking.
Since Pep's come into the league, you lot have not been able to recreate
in terms of like on the aisle style. Yeah, for
but
sure.
But you've delivered though. You've delivered trophies,
and
I think that's what ETH has come to more of the same.
Let's go back to the game.
I think Dela's point is a good point, but I'm just also saying that I'm just challenging it in a sense that I think that Marley Marl made a good point back by saying, well, if they finish, who finished higher? But if you've gone from 6th to 3rd, where was Brighton before? I don't know. Brighton's probably gone from.
But you can't be comparing who finished higher between Man United and Brighton.
But Brighton rose to 6. Man United rose to 3rd. So essentially, both managers got their teams performing better.
Yeah.
But on the eye test, Brighton looked better.
No, I'm not disputing that at all.
But so that's why I'm basically saying I think it might be a little bit fair. We might be slamming the gavel a bit early, just because I feel like Ten Hag hasn't had the opportunity to fully. But some of it's his fault.
As Andrew at Tottenham.
Yeah, you know what?
That's you know what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
There's so many variables we can go into,
and we're calling Anthony. That is that's Ten Hag.
But if we go back to the game, Marley Mar quickly, just to round it up. Talking point was a penalty. Was it a penalty? Was it not? Was it a bit soft again?
Remind me who's
Rashford.
Rashford.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, his knee clipped him.
No,
it clicked him, but he was looking for it. That's
he was looking for it.
But that's a strike. That's what you need in a striker, though.
My argument to this always is, like if he stays on his feet or he attempts to stay on his feet and he scuffs his chance, so people be like, oh, why didn't he go down?
My argument, my thing was he was already. When I say he's looking for it, he was already going down.
Yeah,
he was already looking to go down. Then he
landed on his knee, bro.
He's trying to make his impact in it. He doesn't want injuries, bro.
What do you mean? That was never a penalty, bro.
But yeah, the answer is yes, it was a penalty. It was a soft one, but it was a penalty.
It was a penalty. Bruno put it away, and I think that was like showing how well he had played in that game, because there was no way he was missing that.
Yeah, he's played actually surprisingly well. He's creating a lot of chances, like by obviously like standard Bruno standards, like even like for the other 2 games that we played as well. We just need someone to start putting these away, man, because it's a case of, and it's similar to when Pogba was at United. But Pogba actually created quite a few chances for United, but we had Lukaku, Ibrahimovic used to miss bare chances as well. And I just hope that's not the case with Bruno moving forward, because he does create so much chances that he deserves to get his assist numbers up.
Definitely. And obviously there was a bit of conflict over the red card, which I thought was a red card personally.
Yeah, I agree.
Which one? Sorry,
the red card in the game where he brought, it was Bruno that was through, wasn't it? Yeah, Bruno was through.
I think it was harsh though.
Harsh?
Any sense that, because I don't know, was he falling over? Then I don't know.
That was definitely red card.
Yeah, it's a clear opportunity to score a goal. Surely
that was definitely a red card.
Yeah, because only reason I brought that up was because obviously Nottingham Forest were saying that they may consider complaining to the referees board.
But I thought
about the decisions.
That was an accumulation of decisions.
Yeah,
not that,
yeah.
Not just
no,
that
yeah,
decision.
no, it was the number of decisions. So do you think that's fair, or they're clutching a bit?
I think they're clutching, but we move. It's United, so they might have a case. People might listen to them.
Fair enough. All right, let's move on quickly because we've got to wrap up the other two games. Chelsea, quickly, they beat Luton 3-0. I think their star performer again, Raheem Sterling. Is all his like pre-season training paying off now? Because apparently he was doing all that intense training and judo
as well.
Yeah,
doing madnesses like running up fucking mountains and being ahead of the pack. Like it was, he's looked good, man. He's looked good. All agreed that Luton are going down, right?
yeah.
No, I need to see how they perform at home.
No,
when is that ground going to be ready?
It's ready.
Yeah, it's ready now.
Yeah, against West Ham, I think they'll be ready. But yeah, Sterling looked really good, man. Looks sharp. Looks like he's going to be an issue. Looks warm. Jackson got
his goal. Yeah.
He still looks good, man. His link up play,
very nice.
Is good, but he runs the line well. He's a really, really good player.
Do you think he gets that goal against like a mid-table Premier League team?
I think someone like Saliba would cut that out.
Yeah.
Caicedo did well to rebuff that poor debut as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he grew into that game. I thought
Luton was opposition to do it. Let's be honest though. That's the team it was.
But if you are gonna, he grasped it up. He grabbed it.
100%.
He did well, man. It was the kind of performance you would expect a team of Chelsea ilk and their expectations. UX was the kind of performance that is becoming of that kind of side against the team of Luton's quality. So yeah, man, it was pretty routine, to be honest.
Yeah, the mad point in that was that I don't know if you guys saw that Chilwell where he was through and then he decided to try and pass it to Sterling.
He's a coward, bruv. Absolute coward, bruv. It's actually the goal was screaming at you. Just shoot.
It was actually on his right foot, innit? It was on his right foot, and then he chose to pass left.
Though he was actually in the middle of the goal. Like it was peculiar to watch. You're in the middle of the goal and you square. No, I don't know.
Do you know what? I think there was a defender blocking his left foot if he did go with left foot, and the keeper was on the right, so he had to just literally toe punt it. But he has to shoot 100%.
Yeah, you've got to try,
I've seen
man.
him shoot on his right foot before, so I was baffled that he did do it.
He's getting into like him and Gusto, like the way that they're playing in a minute. Their fullbacks are getting into a lot of positions to score goals.
Yeah, because he was 2 assists. I think,
from Gusto. He looked good as well.
And what we're saying, they just signed another 2 players as well. Chelsea, they're not really stopping, are they?
Yeah, one Brazilian striker, right,
and a keeper, I think,
and a keeper. Yeah, they're looking. I mean, they're what they needed, don't they? So.
Okay, cool. And then obviously it leads us to the Man City game. I know Sheffield United 1, Man City 2. Man City had a lot of chances. Jesus Christ, how many chances they had. And then that guy Haaland again, even though he missed a pen, he just slotted that header.
What do you guys think about Haaland when he says it for a penalty? Are you convinced?
No, I don't know why he takes it.
Yeah, neither am I.
He hasn't got
a good strike.
It's
a weird one.
No, he's got a good strike, but I don't think I wouldn't say he's not patient enough to.
Do you know he's not good at striking a dead ball.
Yeah,
I think when the ball's moving, I think he okay,
prefers
like running onto it and like blamming it. But when the ball's dead, then I don't know if
Yeah, who was on the pitch? Like who would take that? I feel like there's so many other players that
Bernardo,
Rodri, maybe.
Rodri. But Rodri's last penalty was
Grealish, maybe.
No,
I wouldn't give it to Grealish. I feel like I'll do the same thing as Haaland. But Bernardo Silva, yeah.
But why are we saying this though? Does Haaland miss many penalties?
Yeah, he misses a lot.
I think he's missed 2 now for City, right?
maybe even
He's missed Champions League. I know he's done one in the Champions League when he kicked it over.
Carling Cup, did he score in the Carling Cup?
No,
in the Community Shield, the penalties.
Yeah.
I don't think he did.
Yeah, he did, man.
Yeah, he scored for the penalties. Yeah,
But he's missed a few, and he's missed a few for Dortmund as well. Like he's got a record of missing penalties.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, which was, I think Aguero was similar. He missed quite a few as well. So I don't know if what it is with strikers taking penalties. Maybe he needs someone a little bit more composed on the dead ball. Bernardo Silva would seem like the logical choice.
Sheffield United's keeper played well though. He did a lot of saves for them. Was it Fodringham or something?
Yeah.
Fodringham.
Do you know what I also know about Sheffield United? The goal that there's a Man City second goal. But just kick it out.
Oh yeah, because he
tried to like shield that for a throw, but
yeah.
just kick it out and regroup yourself, man.
Yeah, that was
he
almost
literally did what Kyle Walker done in the other end of the
Yeah,
pitch,
exactly.
Kyle Walker had a bit of a madness and then
he tried to backheel it or something.
Yeah, tried to backheel it, got real complacent. Really did a Zinni, man. He did his real Zinchenko, bruv. And then but the difference is, bruv, he was determined to get that back in blood.
But Rodri's finished though, jeez.
He's composed, man.
Yeah,
I think he's ahead of the DM debate now at the minute.
Yeah, I don't think there's any comparison, bro.
He won that last season, bro. He won that last season, bro. You talking about?
Like, for some people, they might have realised now, innit?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, Thomas Partey is still second.
Huh? Okay.
Well, I have the best right backs.
God, and then just before we leave, Tottenham doing their thing again, 2-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Andrew's doing well.
It's nice, man. It's nice to see, bro, man. Especially because of Harry Kane leaving, man. That just makes it sweeter.
But you know what's funny? Sorry, I was just looking at my fantasy team, and I was just looking at Mikel Antonio, and then this happened. You talked about Tottenham,
Yeah.
And what's that podcast that they have? Yeah. Antonio's winning that battle for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And before
James
we
Maddison
Just on Tottenham though, they've always had a good squad, you know. Like their squad is. Remember the season? Was it
Squad off first 11.
first 11.
Yeah,
They signed well. Like remember there was a time when maybe it was last season when people were saying
they
that,
won the transfer window last season.
they had.
I remember Fingy's still injured though, innit? When he comes into the game, it's going to be even
Bentancur.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, yeah,
So
he's bad.
Ang's doing he's doing all right. It's kind of.
I think like
it should have been expected last season.
Is it?
Yeah, of course.
But it's like new manager bounce though, man.
No, because managers have come in and struggled to make Tottenham look different and play different, and he's come in to Sam Cadella's point. He's come in and he's made them play completely different.
But managers have come in and underwhelmed based on what they have. Like obviously Harry Kane contributed massively to that. When you got someone scoring that many goals, you would expect that they.
RRP Nuno Espirito Santos, man.
No,
why?
Bro, that guy, he came, man. He had high dreams, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even know where that guy is now, bro.
He's in
Saudi.
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 Crazy.
Didn't you see him hugging up Kante?
No.
Kante and Benzema.
Is that who he manages?
Yeah. He was,
okay.
He was happy. So
That's crazy.
Proper.
But that league is weird because it just mixes so many randoms together.
Yeah.
It's odd, isn't
Bro,
it?
I see Firmino playing with Sam Maximan. It's crazy, right?
Oh yeah, that might be my team now.
Yeah.
That's my team. I told you that's my team,
Yeah,
right?
but I thought my team was Ron's team. I think it might be that team. Still.
And before we go quickly, back pages. So be a standout player, manager, club. That comes to mind for the past weekend.
I dare everyone to not say Nunes.
But you can say Nunes.
Yeah, so you
I said I dare everybody to not say Nunes.
So Joey, obviously Nunes has to be, right?
Yeah, you know what's crazy though? I wanted to give a special shout out to Szoboszlai, bro. That guy, man. Yeah, he played 8, dropped in, played 6. Was quality there, collected the ball, drove it around. He was tireless, man. But Nunes came in and absolutely obliterated the Newcastle defence, man. And again, the composure. Another special mention to Joe Gomez as well. Came on. A lot of people said he shouldn't be coming on, or he shouldn't be coming on for Diaz, but he came in.
Man, you back pages is one player, man.
What are you saying? Strive before I move on to you. Just quickly cut him.
Special mention to Gomez.
I'll give it mine to Fabio Vieira, man, for that cameo he made, man. That was perfect, man. Oh, man, let me give Arsenal something, man. Shit, I've spent 45 minutes cussing my club this episode.
Del Estrada?
Mikel Antonio. Just because I think he's got on the score sheet again.
Good goal as well.
Good goal. He's just causing troubles to defenders.
Yeah.
And I think, but many strikers have come to West Ham and none of them have displaced him yet. So he's doing something.
Yeah,
well.
when you're up front by yourself, and then when I think how many goals he gets.
Bro, sorry, just back to your one. He's banging goals.
Yeah.
He's chatting shit about it on podcast.
Oh, yeah.
That's what makes it.
He's talking the talk and walking the walk.
Fire G, bro. That's fire, bro.
That's crazy that he's able to do that. Would you let your clubs? Do you think like top clubs would do that? Let your players do that?
You know, it's a thing in America. Like you can be an active sports person.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, really?
It's not allowed, but it's more common that you're an active sports person. You got.
I can't imagine
podcasts.
anyone at Man United being allowed to do
But
that.
they
Or
should. I
Arsenal.
wanted him-
No, but
They
nah,
should.
the way they're playing now, bro.
No, but just in
That should
general.
be the reason you should be gathering all the time.
I think it does their mentality good, man. Like it fires them up.
It's like therapy or something.
Yeah, bro.
What I do find
fully
strange
agree
is that there's two players from two different clubs doing it.
Yeah.
That's what
But
seems a bit strange.
you know,
to me.
I think he said they called them both to do it together.
Okay.
They weren't friends before.
Oh, swear.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Marley Mar?
I'm gonna go for Yamin Lamel from Barcelona. Did I say his name right?
Yamal. That's Yamal.
I would have said Lamin, but maybe you're saying it right. Lamin.
Anyway, him, 16-year-old prodigy. Got an
Yeah, he
assist
came
yesterday.
on. His stats were tidy.
He got man of the match. He's good, bruv. He's a really, really good player, bruv.
Was he finishing like Nunes? Interesting.
No, I was looking at him thinking like, how can you be this good at 16 and Anthony is what 20? Is it that good? Yeah, bro. And he's looking wavy, bro. Like I don't know.
Anthony had one sick shot though. Bro.
Yeah, that was at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, like that shot was clean, bro.
Yeah. He got a fingertip save in it. He needed a bit more pace on it. But I'll give it to the Barcelona project.
Nice. That's a nice one. I'm just going to give mine to Bruno because I think if United didn't have him, I'm not sure if we had that mentality in us for someone to bring us back into that game. I think he depicted what we needed.
Yeah,
which is just to grab him by the scruff of the neck and go, "Come on, lads, this is disgraceful. We can't lose to Nottingham Forest. This is nuts."
Jeez, man.
Yeah, but anyway, that's our episode done for today. I hope you've enjoyed. Same time, same place next week.
Let's go.